A woman had been admitted to the hospital earlier that day. Everything seemed normal. Her family had no idea their lives were about to change forever. Despite the efforts of the medical team, she didn't survive. A few minutes later, one of her relatives arrived. He looked confused, almost calm, as if his soul has left his body. He kept saying, "I spoke to her on the phone yesterday. She was fine." At first, he couldn't accept what had happened. Then he admitted that he had been meaning to visit her, not for days, for months. He had simply kept postponing it. When reality finally reached him, so did the regret. Watching that moment made me realize that it's not for lack of love that he kept postponing. I think he believed he had more time. This is one of the moments I witnessed during my clinical placement as a nursing student, but I don't think I'll ever forget because it showed me what I believe is one of the biggest illusions we all live under. We all know we're going to die. We all know life is temporary. It's one of the few certainties in life. Nobody truly believes they will live forever. And yet, almost all of us live as if time was unlimited, as if it belongs to us. Something that we own, something we control. We postpone the phone call. We delay the visit. We wait for the right time to apologize. But have you ever wondered why we do that all the time? Why do intelligent people keep postponing the things that matter most? I think I found part of the answer during my clinical placement. Think about the last time you said, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'll call next week. I'll visit when things calm down." Most of us say these things almost every day. It's not because we don't care, but because tomorrow feels guaranteed. It's one of the strangest contradictions of being human. We know life is fragile. We know anything can happen. Yet, we plan our lives as if nothing ever will. Our brains quietly assume that tomorrow will look a lot like today. That's what psychologists call the normalcy bias. It's our tendency to believe that life will continue as usual, even when reality offers no such promise. That's why we postpone. When we see someone else push back the matter that they have to deal with, we can be quick to think it's because they are lazy or maybe because they are careless. But in fact, I think it's because their minds are trying to protect them from uncertainty. The future is unpredictable, and unpredictability makes us uncomfortable. Positive outcomes are not guaranteed when you take action, when you step out of your comfort zone. So our brains create the illusion of continuity. They quietly tell us nothing bad happened yesterday. Everything is fine today. So tomorrow will probably be the same. It's a comforting story, but doesn't give anyone the urge to put themselves in discomfort. Another reason why we behave as if we had unlimited time is that we understand death intellectually. Our minds don't really take in the full measure of what death really means emotionally. We behave as though it belongs to someone else, to other people. We hear about accidents, illness, loss, and somewhere deep inside our brain whispers, "But what happened to me?" Psychologists call this the optimism bias. It's one of the reasons we procrastinate, why we neglect our health, why we delay difficult conversations, why we keep waiting for the perfect moment. Because the future always feels distant until suddenly it isn't. Once again, we know every human being will die. We attend funerals, We hear tragic stories, we watch the news, we know it, but we don't truly feel it. That's it. It's about feeling, not knowing or understanding. Feeling what death is. That's something we are incapable of, because if we were, we probably wouldn't postpone so many important things. Our minds keep death as an abstract idea instead of a personal reality. That's why we push things back all the time. The saddest thing about regret is that it rarely comes from the things we did. It comes from the things we delayed, the things we haven't done, the phone call we didn't make, the visit we pushed back, the apology we kept waiting for the right moment to make, the dream we never pursued, the words, I love you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you. Those words we can bring ourselves to say out loud because we assume there will always be another opportunity. But opportunities won't stand there waiting forever for you to make a decision, to take action. They will disappear. They disappear because life changes, and life changes faster than we expect, leaving us standing where we were in the very beginning, or even worse, which is regretful. Before starting my clinical placement, I thought hospitals were places where people learn medicine. Now I think they are also places where people learn perspective. When you see people who can't do basic things like sitting, talking, moving, walking, standing, eating, or even drinking water. When you see people gasping for air and for whom every single breath is painful, you begin to understand that the ordinary things we rarely notice are in fact extraordinary privileges. You stop taking your own body, your health for granted. You stop complaining about things that suddenly seem so small. Since then, I've started calling my family more often because I've seen what regret looks like. I've become more grateful for ordinary days because I've met people who would give anything to have just one more ordinary day. I've stopped waiting for the right time to start saying things because the perfect moment is usually just another way of postponing, of procrastinating. There's a sentence I can get out of my mind. I'll do it later. 4 simple words, yet we have stolen countless conversations, countless dreams, and countless goodbyes. I think the biggest tragedy in life is not about the shortness of life. It is that we don't realize how precious it is until something forces us to. So today, don't wait to make the call. Visit the person. Take care of your health. Start the project. Say the words. Because tomorrow has never been a promise. It's only a hope. And a hope, as beautiful as it is, isn't something we should build our entire lives around. Thank you for watching. If this video made you reflect, tell me in the comments what's one thing you've been postponing that you think you should do today. See you in the next one. Cheers.